There was a city commission meeting on Monday, and that means it is time for an update, a check-in with city manager Nick Hernandez. Good morning, Nick. How are you?
I'm doing well, Josh. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. What's new at the city?
You know, it's all about water, wastewater, stormwater.
Right.
Everything but rain, of course.
Of course.
You know, so one of the things we were talked about is we look at our water rates every year, water, sewer, sanitation rates. So the commission did approve, a small increase. I think it was like 3-4% increase on all utility rates. What we do is we use the CPIU, which is the Consumer Price Index for urban consumers. And there's a line that's water, sewer, and sanitation, which makes perfect sense. And we basically take the 5-year average of that, and that's what we utilize for our increases every year to just try to avoid any major increases down the road and everything. And it has allowed us to do a lot of work on our sewer system, the water system. We've been doing a lot of water line replacement. I think Manor Drive is the most recent one. We put in new service lines, new water line down there to take care of some red water issues and some main breaks. And so we got all that passed at the commission meeting. We also had a change order for our erosion control on the storm, for the storm system on our levee.
That darn river.
Yeah, that river. I mean, it's amazing. But it was another, I believe, a $60,000 or $70,000 change order. It's just one of those things that we need the storm levee, but the problem is it keeps all the water in and keeps it from going into the river. Right. But we had to get that done. There's also a couple of plats that we got approved. One was for a potential housing addition south of McCarter, west of 2nd Avenue. And then the last thing is we're still working on that dang south wastewater treatment facility. We had a failure, I believe it was 2 years ago now. We're still trying to get that resolved and fixed. I mean, it's quite a process, and we had to bring in experts from the Kansas City area to help us with the reconstruction of that. And then the final thing we approved is the feasibility study for the Star Bond expansion downtown. And we are hoping to announce several projects, one of which is redoing or extending the streetscape project to continue along 3rd Avenue and then do a portion of Spruce and then also 2nd Avenue, extending that. One of the neat things with that 2nd Avenue expansion, we have the Marshall badge on 2nd and Gunsmoke. Right. At 2nd and Spruce, we're looking at putting a Longhorn in the middle of that. Awesome. Which will be really neat.
Very cool.
But we're going to also change up the lights. We're going to do kind of a transitional zone. We have like the old wooden light poles. We're going to go back to the metal, old style poles. Just a little bit cheaper, a little bit more period correct. But,
fair enough.
New sidewalks, new water, sewer lines in that area. But also as part of that, you know, we're about finishing up the downtown, the in between 1st and 2nd Avenue, that parking lot. Right. We're getting closer. The only reason we don't have that parking lot open right now is we are still doing a little work in that Longhorn Plaza with El Capitan. Right. And then we're doing some work against the buildings with the sidewalks and filling in some of those vaults. So as soon as that work gets done, we'll be able to open that up. So hopefully within the next month is our hope to have it open. And then the plaza and the major phases of everything should be done prior to Dot City Days. Awesome. Because I think our goal is to probably have an event downtown this year,
kind of show it off,
which will be really kind of nice. But
I noticed they were putting the crossbars across yesterday when I was down there, or maybe the day before, for the signs. The kind of it's not really an archway, but gateway, I guess.
Yes, the gateways. Word, so we'll have one there, and then we have one there on 2nd and Gunsmoke as well. Right. And so those are really the area that we have designated for street fairs, festivals, but of course we can expand that further to the north on 2nd Avenue. But just one of those areas that in the future, if they want to do a farmer's market, bring it back downtown, or if they want to do any other sort of events, we'll have an area that's set up and designed to very easily handle traffic and
Right.
pedestrian flow.
Yeah, and the cool thing is it's set up. It's still street. It's still going to be open. You can drive through, but it'll be really easy to close it to have those events.
Yes.
And then you don't have the giant curbs to jump over because it's all a lot smoother.
That's correct.
So because the gutters and curbs were really deep before, so
Yeah.
it's going to be it's awesome. It's looking great. It's a long project, but it's a big project, but it's rounding the corner and not much longer.
You know, and it's one of those once in 100 years
Oh,
for
yeah.
those water line type projects. It's
Right.
once in 50 plus years for the street.
Right.
So it's one of those things that, yes, it's a little bit of short-term pain. Seems like it's forever, but
Right.
it's pretty short-term in the
Absolutely.
grand scale of everything.
Absolutely. All good things happening. If people have questions about what's going on in Dodge City, hey, what's happening over there? Why this? Why that? What's the best thing for people to do?
You know, get a hold of us at our website, www.dodgecity.org. They can call our number at 255-8100, I believe, and ask for the public information officer or even ask for me personally, and we'll get you that information that you need. But other than that, if you have questions, you can also get a hold of Josh, you know, on
Yeah.
his page or
Sure,
the city's page and, you know, make it a topic and we'll talk about it
Absolutely.
whenever I'm here.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to get that going. So we know when you're coming, and we'll do like an Ask the City Manager thing so people can submit some questions.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we'll make that
I'm
happen.
definitely an open book. There's
Absolutely.
nothing to hide. I mean, this is your city, not my city. So
Right.
it's something that you need to be informed, and we'll do our best to make sure that you're aware of what's going on.
Absolutely. We appreciate the time on the radio a couple times a month, and it's great. We always learn good things, and appreciate you spending the time to come in. And I'm sure getting out of your office every now and then is not that bad.
No, it's
right?
great. I'd much rather be outside than inside,
Right.
especially this time of year.
No kidding. It's been hard to want to work in the office.
Yeah, I was on the road all day yesterday, and I was like, I don't know why I'm on the road. So I
Right.
was driving for about 8 hours yesterday.
Right.
I was like, this is ridiculous.
Right. At least you can roll the window down.
Yeah, true.
Right. So there you go. Well, Nick, we appreciate it as always, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.